All right, party peoples. Let me get this thing. Make sure we are live everywhere. Man, look, the title is the title. And first of all, I'm going to start off saying that my parents are damn good parents. High school sweethearts, still kicking it today. They are inspiration for. They are as they say, the young kids say, they are what do you call couples goals. They are definitely couples goals. They are definitely black love magic, all that stuff. I want to get that out the way because I'm about to get on them. If you watched The Locker last night, I brought up something and it's sticking with me. Y'all, I want y'all to understand that I played the majority of my senior year in football at 16 years old. I played the majority of my senior year at 16 years old. Didn't turn 17 until November. And all I'm saying is, these kids nowadays, parents, are holding them back in fourth, third, whatever grade because they think their kid is going to be an exceptional athlete. So there are kids nowadays that are entering their senior year at 18 years old and turning 19 during the school year, which is in Louisiana is legal. I don't know if that's a federal law or what, but I know in Louisiana is legal. All I'm saying is my parents did me wrong. Can you imagine? I got a scholarship to a D1 university, at SEC school, as a damn sophomore. If I would have not graduated at 17 and in turn graduated at 19, I would have, I don't even know what could have happened. Because really, what I'm trying to figure out is how do parents realize that their kid is going to need that extra year or potentially 2 years? Because you cannot tell me, and it's hard for me to rectify or to condone that my kid is not able to prosper as a second grader or the third grader. That's hard for me to fathom that. Like, how do you know kids develop at different rates? Are you telling me without a shadow of a doubt that you know your kid is having issues as a 6 year old, 7 year old, 8 year old to hold that kid back a year? Some two. All I'm saying, this is going to be short and sweet. All I'm saying is, I can't imagine myself as a 19-year-old senior in high school and how good I could have been. Y'all, I was a 19-year-old starting cornerback for an SEC team. What would have been if I was a 19-year-old high school player? As I said on the show on the Locker Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I said last night, I started my senior year at about 5'9", 150, 155. The end of the year at Kentucky, I was 6 feet, 185 pounds. So that'd have been from September of 1992 to December of 1993. I grew 3 inches and gained 30 pounds and didn't lose any speed. Can you imagine if that would have been my junior year of high school football? My life would not have been the same. I would have definitely been a quarterback. I would have been a 6-foot quarterback playing college football as a quarterback and not a cornerback. I don't know what options I would have had, but I know one thing is what could have been. But I'm going to end it with this. Get up out of here. This is going to be a short but sweet one. I will say this, and I have to rest on this. God makes no mistakes. So, obviously, I am where I am because of that. But damn it, I really want to do an AI and see what could have been if I would have been held back 1 year and if I would have been held back 2 years. Because I will say this. At the high school I went to, I would have played football with two of the greatest running backs in my high school history as a quarterback. If you don't know, I tell you now, a quarterback cannot survive without a good running back. And I would have had the running back I graduated with was freshman offensive MVP for Arkansas State. And the running back I would have played with after him was great run. Well, he ended up playing corner for Vandy, but he went there as a running back, switched over to defense, played NFL, and played in the Super Bowl game with Seattle Seahawks. Those would have been, I would have been booked in by two of the greatest players in school history. I would not have had a drop off, bruh. That's crazy, the thought process of that. If I would have had 2 more years in high school, I will say this. If I had 2 more years of high school, my school record, my passing record would never have been broken. Because if I had 2 more years, I probably would have started 4 years at quarterback in high school, and my record would not have ever been broken. And I probably would have had a crazy amount of interceptions because the game changed after I graduated. More teams started back. Man. So I want y'all to think about it. What's up, John? I want y'all to think about it and ask yourself, what would make you hold your kid back? Are sports that important to make you think of when your son or daughter shows an ability to be great at whatever they're at, whatever sport? And would you take that advantage of holding them back a year or two so they can be? I want you to understand there is a big advantage between being 19, 18, and let alone 19, 17. Are you willing to allow them to have that advantage, their senior in high school, of being a 19-year-old compared to others? That is an interesting discussion. I want y'all to chime in. You can comment under this in YouTube, or you can go to Twitter and comment under the live. Then there I'm also on Instagram, LA Bluegrass. You can go to TikTok. I'm at VStyle17. You go to all of them and comment. Truth and Justice, you were too good at studies. Truth and Justice, it wasn't too good. I don't think the studies matter. Are you willing to get an athletic advantage to your kid? because it's not the studies. Now there's some kids who are a little slow in development, but I still will say this: kids will learn as they go up. I think that's used too much as a crutch, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor, but that development thing at 6 years old, come on, at 7, 8, you telling me your kid cannot develop and get to the level they're supposed to by the time they're in 7th, 8th, 9th grade? I think we're overreacting too much as a 6 or 7 year old. That's just me. But comment under this broadcast and tell me what you think. Because I'm thinking, man, I should have held my kids back a year. I should have held my kids back a year. Kids been jumping a year for basketball. No, Steven, I'm gonna tell you something. And I don't know if this is for all the guys. I really don't. I can't say that is. But a lot of kids in basketball reclassifies to the class that they're supposed to be in. So they were held back, and now they reclassified to, if you were class of 2026, but you really are a class of 27, you go to a prep school or whatever, and there is an availability at an institution for you to come play now. Those guys reclassify to the class they're supposed to be in 2026, even though they are a 2027 class. A lot of those guys in basketball are reclassifying to the grade that they're supposed to be in. I know that happens a lot in basketball. But again, like, comment, subscribe. This will be the short one. Just had to get that off my chest because it's been sitting on it for a long time. I wish I had